Joining us in the Times Now studio is Anushka Sharma and Ranbir Kapoor, Johnny Balraj and what? Rosie Noronha?
That's correct.
Okay, how about doing like the jazz moves for us, like on camera now?
Jazz moves actually hoti nahi hai.
Nothing like...
No, it's like just like a lot of like hand movements and like singing like that. There's no dancing. There's like little bit of like kamar ka, little bit of shaking. Just really enjoying yourself, magna hoke nachna. That's jazz singing.
Okay, did you learn one of those skills on the set, just looking at Anushka? Ranbir?
I did because, you know, I feel like when you do Hindi film song dance routine, it's a little easier because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But with jazz, you can't overperform because everything is coming from your soul. It's the performance, it's the song, your eyes, and it's the little small things, you know, it's actually which kind of nuances which better the singing. But yeah, I don't think you've danced in this film. It's not that kind of a film.
Actually, most of, because we've never seen jazz singers on screen in Indian films. Because like hota, you have this thing in your head, you know, when you're playing a singer, that, you know, you sing like this, but maybe you don't sing like that, you know, as a jazz singer. Maybe it's like something else because it's a full throaty voice, full expression comes like right from like your feet, like the music comes like that and comes out, you know, it's like that kind of power.
How about you, Ranbir, was getting into the skin of the character of Johnny Balraj very different from what you've done so far, like extremely different for that matter?
Of course it's different because, you know, it's from a completely new start of society of characters that I've done. He's a sadak ka chokra, born to a prostitute mother who runs away. So all he wants to do in his life is be a big shot. He understands that koi agar izzat se na de to gala kaat ke le lo. So these are the things he feels is the only way to be big because nobody has told him what's the right or wrong way of achieving anything.
Was there a point in time during the shooting where there was a scene that, you know, you took time getting into and getting out of?
Lots
like
of scenes.
You couldn't disconnect?
Lots of scenes, you know, but stuff like this happens subconsciously. It's not that you're done and you feel like, oh, you know, what's happening? It stays with you, it goes away. But I wouldn't say like this film has drained me because now also we've had experiences. I've been working for now 7-8 years. I've had 11 to 12 releases. So you know what to kind of take, what not to take. You know when to switch off, when to switch on. You know, I think we actors like to think that, you know, we are like really doing hard work and, you know, it is saving the world kind of stuff that we're doing. No, we are acting. When we do a death scene, we act like we're dying. When we romance a beautiful girl, we act like we're romancing them. And when we cry, we act like we are crying. Of course, you connect to it, but you're not actually doing the things.
So no homework at all?
Of course, the homework, I think my homework has always been that I try and marry the director's mind because I have such a bland personality of my own. So I need to borrow, and I can only borrow from these directors who I work with, who are so well known, you know, who have emotional depth, have seen the world, you know, so, and they're very selfless and they give it to me. So I kind of steal it from them and I just kind of project it.
So working on Bombay Velvet, you all also teamed up with Raveena Tandon. How was it teaming up with the Mast Mast girl of the 90s? Were you all fans back then when you?
I was a big fan, you know, huge crush. You know, she was one of those really, if I may say so, hot actresses on screen. So I remember when she came on set, I was a little tongue-tied. But also I've grown up around her because she was also working with my father when I was young. But she has a very short part in the film. It's like a cameo that she's done. Your
role was first offered to Saif, then Hrithik, then Aamir, and then came Ranbir. And same with you, Anushka. There were talks that the role was first offered to Katrina Kaif. Is it true? Any truth in that?
Yeah, there's a lot of truth in where Johnny Balraj is concerned because this film is actually my senior also. It's been out there since 8 years. You know, it's gone to many actors. Fortunately for me, nobody picked it up. There are many films in this industry which happens for the right reasons. There's so many films I don't do and it goes to other actors, and there's so many films that other actors don't do that come to me. But I think I was really lucky. This film wasn't offered to me. I forced myself into this film. I had to convince Anurag to cast me. So I mean, all these things don't bother me. I don't have an ego or any arrogance where this is concerned. I've never called a director and asked them to cast me, but I had to call Anurag here because I knew that this film was not happening. They were nearly shelving this film. And when the script came to me, I was like, I would love to be a part of it. Thankfully, I had a certain stardom attached to me, which could warrant a certain budget that he required. So all the things fell into the right place. He got convinced that I maybe could play this part. So I thank my stars.
There were talks about the film being jinxed. Did you all agree with it? Because you guys have been associated with the film since day one. There were news that it's going over budget, it's being delayed. So many things being said about the film, and now the film is ready to hit screens. But during that period of time when things were being spoken about, the filming and everything, how was it for you guys as actors?
Quite honestly, when we were filming the movie, there was no such talk. I think there was only lot of positivity. In fact, I think it was such a good environment for anyone who worked on the film to be in, because everyone was so inspired. I think what happened was when the film, the release of the film got pushed a little bit, and the release was only pushed because they were just trying to better a film. It was not for any other reason. There was not issue. It was not like it was a bad film, but it was just that, you know, we can do something more. It's a film that requires a lot of post work, so you don't like rush into things. You know, you don't like just hurry up and okay, let's just meet the deadline. So we didn't want to do that, because it's obviously it's like, you know, we discussed, it's a film that's been something that Anurag's wanted to do for 8 years. So maybe because of that, people didn't understand this kind of delay, because I think somewhere also we are used to you know, deciding the release date of a film and then kind of working backward. So this, maybe people didn't understand, this wasn't like kind of something that they could fathom. So I think that's something that probably when people watch the film, they'll understand.
Also, Sabha, what happens is, like, you see the director and the lead actor who's attached. Like, Anurag has never made a film on a high budget. He's made a film of certain genres, of certain you know, certain kind of films which don't usually appeal to a large audience, and he was very happy doing that. The first time he's trying to do something away from that. You know, he's working with established actors, so there's more of a spotlight. Okay, you know, he has to prove himself. My last film was a big disaster, Besharam. I'm coming after 1.5 years. So all these things also lead to that, you know, but I don't think it's, we don't take it in a negative way. I think in a way it kills the expectations that probably people have, so people come with no expectations. I think there is more to prove then.
So now the film is ready, it's all set to hit theatres, promotions are almost done. So you'll get busy with Dil Dhadakne Do promotions next, right?
Yeah.
What do you plan to do in between the two, like the two promotions?
There is no time in between.
At all?
Literally no time in between. In 7 months, I've had 4 releases, and I don't know, I think like I know I can wake up from my sleep and start answering questions. So I'm very well promotion trained.
What about you, Ranbir? Will you be taking a break?
I am going back into hibernation, into sleep mode after this.
What happens to the wedding plans? Everybody is talking about it. It's all over the internet.
It's exciting, such an exciting time for my life, where I get to know again through media that when I'm getting married in the last 5 years.
I've been told it's next year, end of next year.
I've been told that too. Supposedly some newspaper has quoted me that I'm getting married end of next year. But that's okay, because they've also said that last year, 2 years back, 3 years back. So what to do? Okay,
let's ask a direct question. Ranbir, when are you getting married?
Sabha, I'm directly saying, I'm not lying. You know, I wouldn't lie to you. I haven't decided. But when I do, I'll of course speak about it. But right now, what are the conjectures and all these talks that are going around about my marriage? I think people really think I'm getting old and I should get married. I think maybe that's the sign I'm getting. कि इसको जल्दी शादी करा दो. But right now, Baba, I'll be 33 this year. Why are you like overaging?
I just wanted to.
But no, Sabha, I haven't decided on a date yet.
Okay, Anushka, how about you? Now, you know, I can't leave you on that. Now, I've asked Ranbir. How about you? What are your plans?
I'm much younger than him.
Oh,
so my shadi is like far away.
You know, the song Sylvia is like obviously soon going to be turning into a chart buster. If you could sing and he could, like, you know, lip sync as a jazz singer.
झूठे मूठे वादे वफाओं के गिना के झूठे मूठे वादे वफाओं के गिना के अपने दीवाने को तू छोड़ गई ये क्या किया सिल्विया ये क्या किया सिल्विया.
So on a parting note, tell me about why we should go watch Bombay Velvet. One reason.
Being a salesman is just the hardest thing, hardest part of being an actor.
But you've played that in a film.
I know, and the film didn't do well, so you can imagine how bad a salesman I am. Please give the film a chance on 15th May at a theatre near you.
I feel very wrong to speak and, you know, do this kind of salesmanship, because ultimately if you like the promos, you like what you're seeing, you must come and watch the film.
Please go watch the movie. Please. Our career depends on it. Please.